Good day, awesome YouTubers. It is Lollyman16 here again for another Dragon Ball Super video. This one is going to be a little bit different than my regular ones. A couple of days ago, I believe. Actually, I think it was actually yesterday. There were two clips that came out, and they were for the English dub of Dragon Ball Super, and they're kind of two preview clips. One of them had Chris Rager reprising his role as Mr. Satan, Mr. Satan, and Majin Buu, and the other one was with King Kai and Goku. And I want to give my my impressions for the English dub. Again, there's only two clips that came out as of I believe yesterday. There's only two clips that came out. We might get more clips later on. Now, I'm not saying that I know exactly when the dub is going to come out. Funimation has not yet revealed when that is going to happen yet. But it is pretty interesting to see, you know, how far they've come since the announcement that it will be dubbed. Anyway, so with these two clips, I gotta say, hearing from the Japanese of Dragon Ball Super, the Japanese dub, to now hearing it in English, I gotta say, it's been a long time, guys, since I've heard the English dub of Dragon Ball Super, or excuse me, of any Dragon Ball. The last time I've really heard any dub is, you know, the Battle of Gods and the Resurrection F movies back in 2015 and in 2013. And with the English dub of Dragon Ball Super, it's really great. I gotta tell you guys, I'm really hyped. I gotta say right now, I probably will do videos talking about the episodes when they come out in English. I will not do reviews, full reviews, because I've already done them. But I might give my overall opinions on the entire arc as a general in English. You know, starting from Battle of Gods and going all the way up to Future Trunks and the next coming up arc, which will eventually be dubbed. But with the two clips that we got, first one I want to talk about is the Majin Buu and Mr. Satan one. Again, it's great to hear the voice again. I do say the Funimation cast has really, they really have a lot of experience on their belts. You know, obviously same as Masako Nozawa, Ryu Horikawa, and all the Japanese cast. But the Funimation cast, they sound great. It's like I said earlier, in I guess some of my previous videos. You know, Dragon Ball is really one of the only animes that I think that sounds great, not only in Japanese. Again, it's my personal opinion, but it sounds great in both dubs, both in Japanese and in English. But hearing it in English again is really great. I thought Goku's performance, you know, Sean Schemmel really gives that kind of that how do you call it, that Goku character, and with King Kai, he really puts him in emotion, which I actually did like. I didn't really like no disrespect to the Japanese voice actor for King Kai, Osama, but I didn't think he put enough emotion into it. Maybe that's just because he's an elderly man, obviously. But yeah, again, Sean Schemmel as Goku and King Kai sounds great. It sounds like the old Dragon Ball Z days when, you know, it really does sound like Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Kai, you know. It sounds like them both. Moving on to the other clip with Chris Rager and the gentleman who plays Majin Buu. I can't really quite remember who he is, but they sound great as well. They pretty much sound exactly the same as they did before. I don't hear almost any change on their voice acting, or maybe I don't hear any change, which is kind of surprising. But I mean, they sound almost exactly the same. I guess that's a good thing in some areas. But again, these are just lighthearted scenes, so I don't really know about the action-heavy, you know, intense scenes with fighting. There's no clips released of that, so it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. And finally, some of my other thoughts. Funimation did release on their Twitter, I think yesterday, they released the official cast for at least the first arc, the Battle of Gods arc, and a lot of people were talking about this. Little Trunks, Kid Trunks, Laura Bailey will not be reprising him. It is some other lady who will be taking on his role. I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly the name of the person who will be taking on Kid Trunks' role. But again, it doesn't really bother me that much. I mean, it would be great to hear all of the Funimation cast returning, but you know, of course, we can't always. You have to respect the voice actors, and you know, you have to kind of expect some voice actors to change, and you know, some other people to maybe be not interested, or you know, maybe switch it up. So that's one big thing that people were talking about, and obviously my opinion on this, I don't really have that much of a problem. I just hope that the new voice actor will, you know, I'm sure she will make it a good effort to do Kid Trunks. And again, I'm just really glad that the English dub is finally coming out. So yeah, guys, let me know in the comments below what you guys think on this whole thing with the English dub. Personally, here's one more thing, guys. I've seen a lot of comments about people saying like they don't really care for the Japanese voice actors, and that they think they are terrible, and you know, Goku sounds like way too high pitched or whatever. Now, that's okay. That's totally fine. That's your personal preference. But again, I do gotta say that at least. I mean, even if you don't like the Japanese voice acting cast, try not to be like too, I don't know, harsh on it, because it's a totally different. It really is a entirely different culture over there, and you know, they have different, you know, many times voice actors will be, or excuse me, characters, especially male characters in anime will be they will have you know, voice actors of the opposite gender. And of course, Masako Nozawa in over there in Japan is a really big voice actor. She's pretty much legendary at this point. I mean, if you've done the character for like more than 30 years, you know, that's telling you something. I mean, it's a really big dedication for that character. But besides the point, English dub, I'm hyped. Let me know in the comments below. The characters sound really good. I think there's one more thing before I want to get out of here. This is kind of more of a rambling video than a kind of a scripted video. Majin Buu, I've never really liked the voice actor for Majin Buu in English, because he sounds a little bit, I don't know, maybe too dumbed down. But I don't know, maybe that's me. Again, let me know in the comments what you guys think on this whole thing. But that's kind of been my first impressions on these two clips. I'm really hoping they will do a good job. I pretty much know they are going to do a good job with the voice acting for Dragon Ball Super. It's going to be interesting because I've heard the entirety of the series so far in Japanese, and I'm actually currently watching Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball series, in Japanese right now, and seeing it in English once again, it really brings back the nostalgia factor, really brings back those old Dragon Ball Z days. But of course, the voice acting has improved a lot, and you know, with the whole Kai, Dragon Ball Kai, and the latest movies, Battle of Gods and Resurrection F, voice actors really stepped it up for this one, and hope they do good in the future. That's all for me, guys. Enjoy it. I'll see you guys later, and have a good one, everybody.